Let's work on making turns, okay? Let's work on making turns on a motorcycle. So we need to go that way. How are we going to do it? Are we just going to point the wheel like that and just like we would in a car and just try and take off? No, that's not how we do it. We're always going to take our turns at an arc, okay? We don't want to just turn the handlebars. Can we? Sure, we can. Just kidding. No, you can't. That was weird. Don't do that. that was terrible. So now you've seen I've tried to do it. I was like, maybe we can. No, you cannot. No, you cannot. So we're gonna make this right. There's a few fundamentals when it comes to making the turn. The first is gonna be head through the turn. What does that mean? That means if you want to look all the way through the place that you're going. So I'm just turning my head, looking that way, letting that bike come with me. I'm not turning the handlebar like you do in a car. Okay, this isn't a steering wheel. These are handlebars. Handlebars are going to operate much differently. So if I want to go over there, I'm turning and I'm letting the bike lightly fall in that direction. Okay, we do this because we're going at low speeds. When you're going at low speeds, you don't need to counter steer. What is counter steering? Counter steering is really interesting about something really interesting about motorcycles. Counter steering is going to be the act of pushing the bike. Hold on, I'm getting confused. Oh yeah, okay. Pushing the bike in the direction that you want it to go. Okay. So if I want to go right, I'm gonna push my handlebar right. Right. That's it. Pushing left if I want to go left. Normally, and that doesn't sound weird unless you think about it, then it sounds weird, but it actually makes sense, I promise. So if I'm going here, I'm pushing this left hand forward, okay? I'm not pushing my right hand forward, which you would think you would normally do when you're trying to turn a bike a certain way. But when I'm at very low speeds, so anything above 10, 12 miles an hour, you're not going to be pushing the bike in the direction you want to go. It's going to be slightly going forward and then leaning it, okay? Now, it's very simple. Nice and easy. We're just going very slow. And during that whole process, holding onto the clutch, riding that clutch in what's called the friction zone, okay? Good. Okay. So let's work on braking. Braking is the most important thing you can learn how to do on a motorcycle. Anybody can twist the throttle and go fast, but if you don't know how to brake, you're only going to get one opportunity at twisting that throttle. Okay? So we're going to practice braking. Now, before we do that, let's talk about the brakes on a motorcycle. Like we said before, motorcycles have 3 brakes. You have your rear brake, your engine brake, and your front brake. So whenever you're in a situation where you're trying to come to a stop, the best thing you can do is to use both the front brake and the rear brake. Your engine braking isn't something you have to actively think about. So it's one of the things that just happens behind the scenes. Because if you're trying to brake, you're probably already rolling off the throttle. If you're rolling off the throttle, your engine braking is happening. We don't have to worry about it. It's just going to do its thing and naturally, gradually slow you down. Okay? Now, when it comes to applying pressure on both these brakes, your rear brake is not as strong as your front brake, and that's by design on purpose. Rear brakes are perfectly good brakes. Don't be scared of your rear brake. Front brakes are perfectly good brakes. Don't be scared of your front brake. I promise you, they are both really, really good brakes. So let's practice driving to, okay, let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. That 4th tree right there, okay? We're going to practice driving to that tree and just stopping. Okay? We're just going to stay in first gear and we're just going to practice. Oh, let me say this. When you're coming to a stop, you have to remember to pull in your clutch. As a general rule, anytime you get to about 10 miles per hour or below, you should be pulling in your clutch. And when I say pull in your clutch, that doesn't mean all the way like that, right? You just lightly pulling it in. Just keeping it lightly engaged. You don't want to you don't need to pull in your clutch all the way. It's just not necessary. That's what you always cover your rear brake, your front brake for. Okay? So if we're driving to that 4th tree, we're here, we're off off the throttle, front brake, rear brake, pull in the clutch. Okay? That was a really quick stop. So let's try something a little bit longer, and we can pick up a little bit more speed, then we'll practice with a shift on the next one. Okay? Try not to scare these folks. Okay, here we go. Nice and easy. We're going to stop at the light pole, okay? Get it going. Roll off the throttle. Front brake, rear brake, clutch. Okay? Not too bad a stop. If we needed to stop harder, we could. But we're just doing a nice gradual stop. Okay? Here we go. Let's do it again. This time we're actually going to get up a little bit more speed. And we are going to get to second gear, and I'm going to show you how to downshift into a stop. Right, so we're in second. We need to stop at the end there. Okay, here, we're off the throttle. Front brake, rear brake, clutch, downshift right here. Okay, now we're set and ready to go. We can pick back up. And remember, this is not panicked motion at all. Not panicked motion. We're just front brake here, shift up. Hell, we can do it 2 shifts. Right here, boom. Oh, we need to stop. We're coming too short. Front brake, rear brake, clutch, downshift. Right? Catch our balance. I got a little wobbly on that one. That's okay. We're just practicing. Okay. Now, we're going to practice something called an emergency brake. This is going to be the oh shit braking that everyone hopes that they never have to do. We're going to do this first one in first gear. This is an emergency brake in first gear in a situation we're just assuming that, something jumped out in front of us. We need to get on the brakes really quickly. What do? We're going to apply the brakes more aggressively. Okay? We're going to apply the brakes more aggressively, and we're going to delay pulling in the clutch until we're going to delay pulling in the clutch just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, we just want to have as much engine braking, rear braking, and front braking as possible. So we're going to count 1, 2, light post, 4, 5. At that 5th or 4th tree, we're going to apply our engine braking and try and stop before the 5th tree, okay? That's probably, I don't know how much space that is, but that seems about good for me right now. Okay, here we go. And our oh shit moment. Here, getting on. Okay? What's that? 2 parking spaces? Okay. Now let's practice a braking situation if we're not emergency braking, but just doing a normal brake in that situation. That would be normal braking, okay? And as you can see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parking spots. So you can see the value in practicing emergency braking. So if you ever find yourself in a situation where you are, where you're having to stop quickly, you want to have practiced it long before you actually needed to do it, okay? Perfect. All right. What else can we talk about? It's getting a little dark and I don't want to lose the quality of this video, so I guess for last thing for today, we'll talk about parking your motorcycle. Now, every bike's going to be a little different, but every bike is pretty similar in what you need to do to lock them up properly. The first thing is going to be that you want to make sure that your bike is in first gear when you're getting ready to turn it off. Now you have 2 options to turn it off, right? We're in first gear, we can just put down the kickstand, or we can hit this button right here. I like red, so we're going to press red. Bike's off. Now we can let go of the clutch, and we're good to go. We just reach on our left foot, put the kickstand down. Always put your bike down slowly, just in case your kickstand didn't extend properly. You can catch it before anything bad happens. And getting off the bike. Do we want to just get off our bike like this, wheels pointed forward? You know, you've probably seen motorcyclists and they're always parked with their wheels to the left. Do you know why? Well, it's because, and I didn't know this until I started riding, when you take out the key, and sometimes you'll have, if you have your key here, normally what you'll have to do is just turn it all the way to the left. But here, on this bike, on the Rebel, it has a handlebar lock. So you turn your handlebars to the left, right? Turn them all the way, and now your bike won't move. Now your bike's nice and locked and secured. That same feature will be like, let's just call this a starter for any other type of sport bike or whatever. You take your key, you put it in, and you turn it all the way to the left with your handlebars pointed left, and then your handlebars will be locked, okay? And I think that about sums it up for how to ride a motorcycle. This has been a really fun video. Thanks for letting me hang out with you guys. I really appreciate it.